So the fuel model standard is a new way of benchmarking fuel table accuracy using real-world observations from vessels that are sailing in a real-world scenario. The idea is to take new reports or sensor data from vessels and compare that to predictions made under the same conditions with fuel models. That way we are able to compare the actual observation with the prediction of the fuel model and see what the difference is. Then we found what's called the error, or the inverse of the accuracy, and that tells us when we aggregate lots and lots of observational data how accurate a fuel model is in general, or for a particular vessel, how accurate is the model over the lifetime of the vessel or over the period for which we have observational data. This is critically important because this allows us to understand how good are we at predicting fuel consumption under a wider range of parameters, and this is really key in order to achieve the kind of optimizations that we want in the future and to unlock the potential savings and CO2 reductions that are associated with optimization. So when we look at the different conditions that exist for a vessel, we try to combine different important parameters such as ballast, laden, good weather, bad weather, low, medium and high speed. By doing so, we can create a scorecard where we're able to look at each different combination of parameters to really see how accurate is a fuel model under low speed, ballast, good weather scenario, for instance. And this is important because this helps improve the fuel models, of course, but also helps to understand how accurate are the predictions for certain conditions that are going to exist in the future for a particular vessel, but of course also for a segment of vessel or an entire fleet or thousands of vessels, depending on the data. So the fuel model accuracy standard is vitally important for the industry, because without a standard, it's impossible for us to really know if we're improving and if the different participants are doing all they can to optimize their vessels. By creating a common standard, everyone will have a shared reference frame for how we measure the accuracy of the fuel table. And we believe this will ultimately lead to more accurate fuel tables, but also to better optimization, better voyage planning, and ultimately CO2 reductions and savings for the partners. So it is just so exciting to see the industry coming together and agreeing to create this new way of benchmarking fuel models. We're really excited to see many different participants come together and help us in defining how this new standard should look like. We didn't do it alone, and we really hope and look forward to the rest of the industry supporting the future development of this benchmark. We think it's the right thing to do, and we really hope that it can move the industry in the right direction, both when we're talking about vessel performance, but also when we are talking about CO2 reductions and overall improvements of vessels.